Check it out, the planet has a bulging deal on the top to the left. And then you see let me brighten it up a little bit more to show what's in the background, what was supposed to be a space. There's the filaments there. Look, right there. You see how they extend from the top of that deal into space. It's not just in the background, it's all over the surface. In fact, that space station is swimming through that. Then look at the geometry on top of the so-called cloud. What is supposed to be the cloud? The roof of Earth, the outer layer, the visible outer layer. Look at the hands right there. Look, those are all of them. Same geometry. It's only when that thing is on top is that you can see these structures. I mean, the sculptures. That's all that there is. With the same exact geometrical shape every single time, all the time. And that is difficult for somebody to accept. This reality is just that. There is no escaping it. You can see the shape of a huge ass hand right there. Look, like that. You can see it. What do you think? Always the same tubby looking things, because that's what that is. There is, I mean, finally I cracked the code. Golly, it took me 18 years. That's sad. Well, at least I got there. I'm beginning to think that that bluish color and all those colors that everything else has, it has to do with how you feel and make you feel better. Because if it was all black and white, you would be committing suicide all the time. People will just freak out and die because it's depression. These colors enhance wellness. Oh, there is what is an object on the top, upper top of the screen? Oh, there's something here. You can see it right here. Unless it's part of the, see how it dimmed? It does that. The light is not constant. It comes in waves. Shoom, shoom. And I don't think that's exactly the photonic light from the sun. It's something else. Because I've seen him when it goes into the dark, the shadow part of Earth. You can see certain places where the light washes over, and sometimes it dims. Instead of brightening it up, it dims. So it's visible. The electromagnetic waves are visible. They emit visible light in different spectrum, but optical devices see things that we cannot. And like I was saying, the color part, the bluish, not only it masks the whole deal, but it has to do with wellness. If you live in a world where it's always darkish and grayish and cloudy, man, that shit causes depression. You can see the people's attitude, it changes. I've seen it here. I mean, I had time, long, 20 years I've been here observing everything. That's why I was able to study the cloud, because you don't get interrupted. I'm not getting busy working every day, and so I had time to look at things, to study the skies, see the environment, how people act, and think about these things. After you have read so much stuff and watch and listen to interviews, and then you start getting a picture. If you have a little bit of intelligence, just enough to analyze things, then you start seeing a pattern of this is a purposely made thing. Had to be some kind of a learning deal for souls. And that shape has to do with everything. It's the bread and butter of this visible universe. This hand deal is the everything. So that's got to be the signature of the designer who designed this deal. Now, who designed him? I don't know. That's a badass question. I mean, like I said, you can go up and up and up in layers. Who designed, who, what, why it was done, and there is a purpose in the end of everything. So there's got to be other things that are more, where all this is coming from and where is it going. I mean, you can go deep into this deal if you want to. It's just that, I mean, be careful what you wish, because you might get into places where it's really difficult to understand, and you have to think about that after. I mean, intelligence is a measurable thing, and it's a beautiful thing. Free will, what you do with it, that's another thing. That's another schematic thing, what you're going to do with what you know. If we as a race will unite, there is nothing that we cannot achieve. Then we'll be recognized by that system as a success, and doors will open to us. The way we're going, shitty leaders, always thinking to themselves, and shitty We're living in a feudal system, kingdoms but masked as governments. Government is a word that means mind control. Government, mind. It's a Latin Greek deal. I mean, evilness that comes from the lack of morality and the doing the right thing leads to the negative shit. Everything has those two sides. It's a dual thing. Life and death. Good or bad, positive, negative. It's a dual. But this thing is neutral. This, what I'm showing is neutral. You depend on your level of consciousness, what you do with it. You can go good or bad. You can achieve good and you can achieve shit and turn everything into crap. And that's the way we're going. There's only a tiny percent of good people doing the right thing. Not enough to tilt the balance of shittiness. There's so few people I can talk to and get deep into this deal that it's sad, man. I try to write to all investigators and tell them things and to spark a healthy discussion, but there's nobody there. Only one person is shooting back something. I don't think it's a switch. No. I don't know what you mean by switch. It's on and off. It's a trigger. No, it's not a trigger. That's a constant. It permeates into everything, into every facet of this visible realm. I give it that word because I don't know what else to dimension. I don't know. It is dimensional and it's everything else, and it might not be. It is and not. Like I say, it's a dual deal. And I think behind the darkness from this solar system, there is a very bright universe. Because I've seen frames from the Soho where the holographic pumping shit collapsed for a second, or I don't know how long, because they only left a frame, and you can see a very bright background, colorful and bright. And when you see this dark shit, there is a Jose Camilla video, Luna, where he showed this light filtering from some kind of holes in the fabric of this, the dark deal that we call solar system space. And knowing the hand shape is only knowing the symbol of what's there, but knowing how it works and all of it, that's another deal. That's a deep, way deep for me. It involves spiritual things, and involves physical laws. Like I said, a cylinder that contains the divine laws of the universe. Those laws rules everything. If you mess with that, then you're gonna get some bad results. If you know how to use them, then you will. It's like I say, it's a double-edged thing. You use it for good, you use it for bad. You don't know how to use it, you might get some fucked up results.